Good evening, everyone. We now have Mr. Tom Shinkins, Manager UK Operations for GKB Turf Care Machines. GKB is originally a Dutch company, has got substantial presence in Europe. In India, we're generally more exposed, Tom. In India, we're more exposed to American products as far as the turf care is concerned. So I'm glad that we have someone from Europe coming in and trying to break the American stranglehold over our market. Over to you, Tom.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Hope everybody's safe and well. Thanks for the introduction. I'm Tom Shinkins, UK Operations Manager for GKB, and we're a Dutch company, and I've got a little sort of slideshow screen share for everybody that I will get up and running, because I think videos and words are often a better way of showing people what we're looking at doing. So let me just find this for you. I thought I had it already, but it's never always the way. Here we go. Oh, yeah. No. Yes. Okay. No. When you practice these things, everything always works perfectly, doesn't it? Okay, hopefully everybody can see the same thing when it's finished loading. It worked so well earlier. There we go. Right, we're up and running. So yeah, GKB as a company, we are a Dutch-based firm, and we're also a large contractor in the Netherlands. We started building machinery for our own use in the late 80s, but the company's actually been running since 1946. So when we're looking at building a product, we're doing a lot of extensive testing and also using equipment in the same operations that greenkeepers and groundsmen all over the world are doing. So you see the company started 1946, and the four principles of for the machinery for sports fields is, using only one operation, so not doing multiple things over and over again. The man and machine are crucial for the desired results, and investing in quality machinery and maintenance will always pay off in the long run. So every three things that we'll always try and guarantee with a GKB machine: it does what it's asked to do properly and orderly. It's built to last, and it's easy to use. We manufacture a range of natural grass and also artificial turf equipment as well. and I'm going to run through some of the products that we use over in the UK and Europe on golf courses and natural sports fields. So one of the first machines that we ever built for our own contracting use was a machine called the Combinator. It's a phrase mowing machine. So this will be used to remove the whole surface, and can be used on golf tees, fairways, and can completely remove any layer of turf or weed grass up to 50 millimeters. So I've got a little video here. Of the machine working. Here we go. No, it's not bang ball as usual. Oh yeah, here we go. So you can see the surface behind the machine has been completely removed of any surface matter, and ideal then for ameliorating new seed and product straight into a new root zone. This machine can also be fitted with scarifying blades, so for verticutting and aggressive sort of fairway renovations and things like that as well. The machine is also used, definitely not over here, but maybe for you guys, and I know in the States they use it quite a lot for sprigging. It's something we don't do at all over here, but it's a process that I know is used where you are fortunate enough to have warm season grasses. Yes, we obviously do different size machines: 1.2, 1.6, 2 meter, and 2.4. It's fairly common sizes anywhere where you've any size tractor. We will we'll always try and find a machine to fit it. Something you might be a bit more familiar with, hopefully, is deep tine aeration. Obviously, the industry name is sort of verti-draining. This is a machine we've recently brought to market because it was something everybody has been certainly asking us for over here. Again, the benefits of aeration are known worldwide, and it's something we felt like we need to add to the range. Again, very heavy duty, well built machine, and we've got some unique selling features on our machine. We've got more tines per head, so we're actually creating more holes per meter squared, and also a quick change tine system. So you're not actually putting tines into the head of the machine; they're just going straight into the holder. So you can change the tines in less than half an hour, from 13 mil to 19 mil. It's a very quick operation, which a lot of the guys that I've demoed the machine to seem to really like the idea of. Hopefully there's a video that will play so you can all see it working. So you can see we've got the 13 mil tines in here, and there's 5 per head, working on a golf course in the Netherlands there. It's a practice that you can never do too much aeration, we find. Obviously, you've got the adjustable heave as well, so you can create as much or as little fracturing through the soil as needed. So yeah, nice hole pattern as well. Plenty of holes to get sand and water and air into to help your grass grow a lot better. So again, lots of different sizes as well. Now, this is a product that I've actually been now busy demonstrating this week over here. It's a machine called the Eco Dresser. So this has been designed for soil recycling. So if you've got nice constructed tees and fairways, and I don't know, the cost of sand over here is getting crazy. So we've got guys actually looking at how they can improve surfaces without actually the cost of sand or labour in spreading it. And this is becoming quite a new idea and a new concept, even though we've actually had this machine working on our contracting side since about the mid 80s, to be fair. It's a great renovation tool. So again, you can add upwards of nearly 150 tons per 10,000 square meters without adding any actual dressing to the surface itself. Hopefully we've got a video available of that. So on the front of the machine, we've got some slitting discs, which will create a slit in the turf. We then have a large digging blade, which is removing the material from the surface, and then in between those digging blades sit a slit tine. So you've got a continuous slit for linear aeration as well. As you can see there, it's certainly bringing plenty of material to the top, which is then used as a dressing, incorporated with an overseeding program, leaving on this occasion the sports field in really good condition. It's certainly a renovation technique which is growing over here, and we're obviously looking at introducing it worldwide to guys as well, just to sort of spread the word about what we're looking at doing in cost savings of materials. On the soccer fields and stuff, it's quite common that you'll get a bare area, and the machine just gives you the opportunity to carry some material on the belt, so you can move it around should you need to. And again, we have the bigger machines and also the smaller machines available if space is tight. It's similar idea, just on a smaller scale, lifting the material out, leaving it as a dressed finish. Now, this has also been a good product, certainly for me, over here, looking at fairway scarifying and verticutting. The V-Strong is it's unbelievably fast working. It's, you know, you're looking at covering a hectare in less than half an hour, working at sort of 10 miles an hour forward speed. You've got adjustable blades on there, so you can work with a 2, 3 or 4 mil blade at 25, 50 or 75 mil spacings. So you can be as aggressive or as gentle as you wish to be. So you can see the machine's just designed for large areas to leave the verticuttings on the surface. And then you'd come in behind with a blower or a cut and collect mower and just collect the material off the top. For golf greens, we can also fit a collection box on the back, so you can look at then actually removing the verticuttings from the turf itself. Just running through these. So again, common practices, top dressing, something that we're getting into in a big way with our range of sand spreaders. So this is our disc spreader. You can have this mounted on a turf truck, workman, Pro Gator, truckster, or trail behind the tractor, whatever is easiest. Whatever is your preference, really. It's a very, very heavy, very well built machine. You're looking. This is the SP100. It's the smallest model that we do, and it's fully adjustable, so you can change the spread pattern, put as much or as little sand on as you wish. The real selling features that we find of our machines is the build quality, and the wearing parts are made out of heavier steel than other guys. So yeah, it's we're certainly making some inroads over here. It's being very well received, and hopefully we can get out and show you guys some other machines as well at some point. To the varying sizes, as you can see on the video, we've got they're all based on cubic meters. So our SP100 is the smallest, and that is a 1 cube capacity. Most of the other guys are only on 0.7. So we've got a slightly bigger hopper holding more sand. Then we obviously go up to 2.3 cube, 3 cube, and 4 cube. So any sort of tractor size, once again, we've got a machine to sort of fit your requirements, really. Yeah. We have to look at fitting brakes on machines and stuff a little bit over here. I don't think that's anything we need to worry about too much. And this is our top drop. So this is a brush spreader. It's a drop spreader. Again, this will handle a variety of materials, and will tend to leave the sand in a line straight behind the machine. So rather than distributed 8 to 10 meters like you would with a disc spreader, this will give you a nice even line all the way across the working width of the machine. Hopefully. So again, top dressing would be used as an annual sort of renovation on fairways, definitely, and then guys would certainly be looking at monthly on greens, dependent on budget constraints and things like that. Obviously, the more sand you can get into the turf, the better. But you can see the machine there is just leaving a nice, even spread of sand the whole width of the machine. So the stone barrier, we're getting more into sort of cultivation techniques and ideas now. Looking at, again, if you phrase mode an area off or completely remove the surface with a combinator, then you'd probably go in with a stone barrier behind it. And it gives you the opportunity to start again with a new surface and a new seed bed, just turning the material over, leveling it all out and compacting it back down. It's a bit of a one-stop seed bed preparation tool. So in the front of the machine here, we have a rotor and a set of screening tines. So any rocks and debris hit the screening tines and end up in the bottom of the hole that's been dug. and then the leveling board will pull the material along, and the roller then will flatten it in behind, and then you can just seed straight over the top. Again, varying widths to suit varying tractors. This has been a great addition for us, the combi seeder. So again, a great tool for getting grass seed into fine turf surfaces. We've got 750 holes per meter squared on the front of the machine, and the seed will then drop out of a regulated hopper, anywhere from 1 gram per square meter to upwards of 30 to 50 grams, obviously dependent on your seed mix. You've then got another spike roller on the back, so that will then press the seed into the ground. And you've got 2 brushes in there, so creating 1,500 holes per meter squared, and then brushing the seed into the surface. So rather than creating holes with other machines and then distributing the seed by hand or with a walk behind spreader, you can do it all in one go. We also have 2 water tanks on the machine, so you can add ballast to the machine itself. So when your ground is probably a little bit firmer and you need some more weight on the machine, you can fill the tanks with water, and they will then allow you to make bigger holes in your turf to get the seed actually into the ground. So again, it's a very simple operation. You've got no hydraulics or anything to worry about. It's just attached to the back of the tractor and drive along. The machine will make the holes, drop the seed, and brush it all in one pass. So very simple and very fast operation as well. So the sand filler, this is becoming a very talked about machine in the definitely in the UK greenkeeping industry, just because of the labour saving from other sand injection methods. It's guys over here, we haven't got the labour. Most 18-hole golf courses are probably looking at an average of 3 to 5 staff, and are still looking at carrying out all the exact same renovations and maintenance that the guys with sort of 10 or 12 staff are looking at doing. And yeah, it's just becoming really difficult. So coming out with this machine to scarify and sand inject all in one go has been really beneficial. With this machine, you're looking at taking out 7% of your top surface and injecting with sand straight in behind. People have actually also been mixing seed into the sand as well and getting really good results on the golf greens. Hopefully, video. Here we go. Yeah, so we've got the sand going into the back of the machine. It is got kiln dried sand. That's probably the only downside. We've then got the scarifying blades putting the verti cuttings into a hopper in the middle of the machine, and then the sand is backfilling straight down into the trenches that have been cut by the blades on the front. Because you're cutting out thatch and injecting with sand straight away, you don't lose any of your surface stability. So yeah, you can see they're looking at the sand injection actually in the turf there. Again, this is probably definitely more for your fairway drainage, surface drainage. The Drain Master, you're looking at taking out 4 centimetre wide channels at 50 mm centres, and the machine will create 3 of those and inject it with sand. So a great way to incorporate surface drainage in construction, or to even improve an existing golf course with some drainage problems. Once you've obviously done this process, you then look at overseeding over the top of the drainage channels to get your fairways back into play. So we've got three cutting wheels on the front of the machine. They're actually chain driven. They'll go in 23 centimetres deep. And I'll actually remove the material out of the ground and backfill it with sand. This machine is actually designed and built for us for our own use. You know, our contracting teams in and around Rotterdam in the Netherlands in the early 80s, before being released as a marketable product. The sand is actually blown directly down into the trenches that are cut by the wheel, so you get very little movement of the sand once it's actually in the surface there. So you've got a black and white picture. That's how long we've had that machine in our armory. Looking at some bigger top dressers now, some big drop spreaders. Again, for moving large quantities of sand. These are used quite a lot in construction applications, where you're looking at delivering a layer of material at a certain depth. So if you're looking at adding a sand cap on your fairways of maybe 20 to 30 centimeters, this would be the machine to do it. You're looking at getting the best part of 9 to 10 ton into the hopper as well, so you can move a lot of material very quickly. So if you were looking at doing some fairway construction or something like that, and needed machines to add a sand cap or an even sand layer, these would certainly be the best way to do it. Definitely one for renovations. And also add a hydraulic elevator. So if you're looking at doing working alongside adding drainage and things like that as well, you could use this machine for more than one operation. So that'd allow you to fill channels up with sand or gravel, other types of drainage materials as well. So we've also got a slitter. It's slightly more your sort of simple weekly maintenance for your turf. Looking at creating slits to allow air and water to pass through the surface. It's on a hydraulic adjustment, so you can switch between rolling the turf and slitting the turf. So rolling's becoming a little bit popular over here on soccer fields and fairways, and this is a nice machine that will allow you to roll the turf and also remove any compaction as well. And we've talked a lot about sort of adding material to the surface, and if you need something to move your top dressing or after the eco dresser, move the material around, then the drag frame's a nice way to incorporate it into the turf. It's like a drag mat, but slightly heavier, so it'll allow you to just move a bit more material around over the surface and incorporate it into the sward of the turf. Right, that is all of our sort of natural turf products. Has anybody got any questions, or does anybody want to talk about greenkeeping in the UK, or?
Tom?
Yes.
I mean, one thing is very, very clear when we look at your machines.
Yeah.
They look very rugged.
Yes.
So, I mean, looks could be deceptive. But
I mean,
do you think the wear and tear as compared to some of the more modern machinery, without taking any names, will be lesser? Or
yeah, we because we are a contractor as well, so we work with 200 people looking after most of the city of Rotterdam. So when we design and build a machine, we take it to the guys on the other side of the road and let them use it. And they come back to us and go, this bit was okay, but if we do that, then so we try and make our machines as strong as possible, because we have a team of guys over the road that are out there using the machines and doing the jobs that greenkeepers and groundsmen are doing. So yeah, we tend to possibly over-engineer rather than under-engineer.
And do you have any metallurgical advantage vis-a-vis other machinery which is available, or is it because you are more multi-purpose?
I think because we will always try and use the best components and the best steel and the best products. We know we'll always sort of stand by the quality of our products, if that makes sense.
It does. So.
I don't know if that's what you were trying to ask me.
So, and what about introducing them in a larger scale in a country like India? I mean, we are a developing market.
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously working with distributors at the moment, and hopefully when travel allows, we can maybe come over and do some field days or something, because that's it's great showing videos and talking about machines, but if
seeing is believing.
100%. One of the guys has asked me a question here about
how would the sand filler perform on undulating greens?
Yeah, so on the 3-point linkage on the tractor, we have floating slots, and also in the top link as well. So we have some Mackenzie type construction over here, which is sort of very, very undulating, and we've not really had any difficulties there. Obviously, if it's a bit of a point sort of like that, then yeah. But if you can get a tractor mounted aerator over the slopes, then we don't have a problem.
Yeah, obviously greens will never be very heavily undulating. I mean, there'll be easy slopes. If
Yeah.
they become that steep, they won't remain greens anymore.
No, no. So it's a very common question we get asked. It's a very common question.
So thank you very much, Tom. I mean, it was nice seeing these machines, and India is a growing market, and
Yes,
we
it's
hope to
nice.
see you soon.
Yeah, and it's nice to connect with a different market. I've been a greenkeeper in the UK, and I travel all over the world, sort of showing machinery, and I'd like to be able to get out and do that again sometime soon.
Okay, we look forward to that.
Perfect.
And thank you very much, Tom.
If anybody's got any questions, they want to send me an email or anything, or speak
Yes,
to us, please don't hesitate to get in touch.
no, if we get more questions, we'll definitely get back in touch with you.
Perfect. That's great.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, everybody.